On Muslim extremism in Britain, accusing the moderate majority of not doing enough to deal with radicals. Now, Mohammed Shafiq is spokesman for the Ramadhan Foundation, which works to build bridges between Muslim communities and wider British society. He's in Manchester with us now. Thank you very much indeed for giving us your time this evening. Tony Blair challenging people like you to speak out more against the extremists. Do you think that you're doing enough?
I can't hear you, sorry.
Let me ask you that again. I'm just saying that Tony Blair has accused people like you of not doing enough to speak out against extremists. Do you think you are doing enough?
I certainly think there are organisations, good evening to you there, I just got the sound back. There are organisations like ourselves, the Ramadan Foundation in Manchester, that are working at the level in the community to deal with extremism and terrorism. And we feel that the Prime Minister and this government have launched, since 7/7, an open attack on our rights, on our freedoms, and above all, on the way for us to practice our religion in peaceful coexistence with our fellow citizens in this country.
But Mr. Blair says there's an impression that Muslim leaders across the country are sympathising with the grievances of extremists, even if they don't agree with their actions.
Well, I think what the Prime Minister's been saying, that somehow the reality is this, that no Muslim person should ever justify the killing of innocent people, because Islam forbids that. But at the same time, this Prime Minister and the government has to deal with the double standards that are applied in foreign policy, has to deal with the issues of unemployment, deprivation in our community, and unless they have this prolonged attack on these issues, we won't see success. So for the Prime Minister to sit in the House of Commons and tell us that the Muslim leaders like ourselves that we're not doing enough, I think is frankly absurd and deeply offending.
But I mean, wasn't he being quite honest when he said that Tony Blair, is not the person to go into communities like yours and try to talk round extremists? So he does need your help. He's asking for your help.
Well, I've written to the Prime Minister, Ben, on various occasions asking for dialogue with him to show that we're working on the ground and we're trying to deal with these issues in our community. The Prime Minister's office has failed to respond to our request for meetings. The reality is this, that this government and this Prime Minister is not meeting the right people on the ground. The very people that we need to stop from being engaged with extremism, young people, they haven't been engaged with this process. So the Prime Minister can't have it both ways. He can't say we want to deal with extremism and terrorism and then say he's not prepared to meet with organisations like ourselves.
Okay, Mohammed Shafiq from the Ramadan Foundation, thanks very much for joining us. Thank you indeed.